So today I'm going to attempt an on-the-job style butterfly for you people that are really new to face painting, that don't have any split cakes or anything like that yet. It's all going to be done with flat colours and sponges. So I've got these ones here. I'm pretty sure that's a tag sponge, but I'll link it in the description. I've got a few just flat colours that have obviously been repotted, but I'll show you guys which colours they are. And I'm just going to jump straight in, try it on my own face, and I'm just going to make it up as I go. So we'll see how we go. Okay, so I'm going to start with the really light pink. I'm going to pop it on that sponge just on the one side. So I pop it right on the end there. So I'm going to spray that with my water bottle on the other side. And we're going to go into another colour. So we're going to put on maybe some light blue. And I'm going to start with the pink right in on top of the eye. All the way up to the eyebrow. And a little bit past. So you're going up in this direction. So you're making sort of the top wing. And you want to take it a little higher than what you actually want it, because you're going to blend this straight into the blue to make a bit of a transition of colour like you would if you had a split cake. I'm going to swap sides, go to the blue, and just layer that on top of the pink. I'm going to leave this part here blank because we're going to do something there later, and you want that sort of wing shape. So just add your blue straight on top. And same on the other side. And then I'm going to swap back to the pink and go over the top again, so you're just blending those two colours together. This is going to make a nice sort of purpley colour on the middle. And you can swap back to the blue if you want to. Just make sure it's nice and blended. It is going to muddy your pink side a little bit though, but that's fine. Just keep blending on both sides until it's nice and even. And you've got that nice wing shape on both sides. And I'm going to pop a little bit, squeeze my sponge, pop a little bit straight underneath my eye as well, because that's going to be the base for our bottom wing. If the kids are really small and wiggly, I wouldn't go probably over most of the eye. I would just bring it down past the eyebrow. But it depends on the kid and how well they're willing to sit still. Okay, so I've got our base done. So now we're going to start adding our details. So I'm going to take my Mark Reed No. 6 round brush, and I'm going to go in with a dark purple. When you're lining and you're going for those nice teardrop shapes, you want your paint to be really quite wet, wetter than what you would use it if you were doing other things, because you want that really thick to thin lines. So wet it up like that. Once you've got the consistency of paint that you want, if you roll your brush, it brings it to a nice point. So you can see there, can you? That it brings it to a really nice point and there's no stray hairs poking out, so it's going to help you get that really nice crisp line. So I start at the top, press your brush all the way down, and then as you get closer to the middle of your face, lift your brush up and it gives you that nice teardrop line. And I'm going to mirror that on the other side in about the same spot. And you're always aiming for this middle part of your face because you want it to come all together. It'll help just bring the whole design together and not be all over the place. It just helps with placement a little bit. Okay. We're just gonna line our butterfly. Always aiming for that middle spot. And try and match it on the other side. I try and round off my wings a little bit so I don't have that sharp point. A lot of people don't, it's completely up to you. Depends what you like the look of. I'm going to swap over to a liner brush, which is a long, thin, skinny sort of one. Just add in some more detail, wherever you'd like it really. And then I'm going to swap down to the bottom part here, and we're going to do a little bit to do the bottom of the wing. And I'm just going to do that with teardrops. And match it on the other side. In this case, I'm aiming all of these points to the corner of my eyes on the outside here. That's another good focal point for these sort of designs. And I'm swapping back to my Mark Reed number 6 round brush. With the same dark purple. And popping in our butterfly body, which I'm just pushing down flat on that brush. And then as I make the body, I'm just lifting it to bring it to a point. Then again with my liner brush, load it up with that purple. I'm going to do his antennas. I'm really bad at this part. Symmetry is my worst enemy. I do like the double antennas though, they're cute. Okay, and to fill in some of this space, I'm going to swap over to some flowers because they always look good on butterfly designs. So I've got a Bolt blooming brush, I think is what it's called. They're amazing for flowers, and I'm just loading that up with some white first. I'm putting tons on there. Making sure it's really well loaded. Once I've got a heap of white, I'm actually going to wipe off the tip just on a spare sponge or a rag or whatever you've got handy. So there's only white on about 3/4 of the brush and not on the tip. And then I'm going to dip into a yellow and then just load up that part that I've just wiped off. So you're not loading it all the way up the brush because you still want to see that white. And then again, I'm going to wipe a little bit of yellow right off the tip of that. And then load it into another colour. In this case, we're going to go this nice tealy sort of colour. And then we're just going to add in some flowers. So you start in the middle with your brush upright and then just lean it in a direction and let the brush do the work. You don't want to lean it sideways like a lot of people do. It works better if you just let the brush fall in that direction and keep it upright. We'll add in some extra petals. And one on this side. And if you've loaded your brush pretty well, you should be able to do basically all of this section without reloading your brush, because this brush is amazing and holds so much paint. So we've got our flowers there. And I'm going to take a little tiny brush. This is my Mark Reed number 2 brush, I think. Load it up with a little bit more white. Again, I'm using that little rolling technique where you can get it to a nice fine point so you can do better details. I'm going to pop some details in my flowers, just some tiny dots in the middle. My bigger round brush. We're adding in some dots just to fill in that space, and you can do the same on your butterfly wings if you've got some space that you'd like to fill in. I like adding a little something on the inside of the eyes.